October was the best month yet for my Etsy shop, and it is all thanks to these guys. I am so excited to walk you through the stats for how my 4th month on Etsy has gone. Hi, my name is Haley, and I launched HappyTypeStudio this year because I wanted to finally chase my small art business dreams. And each month I have picked something new that I want to tackle, that I've always dreamed of offering, and October was a really big month because I finally added stickers. I was so excited about this one, and I think it was a great move to hold off on adding them to the shop for a few months because that way I got to build a little bit of an audience first. They got to see my designs. Some of them even were saying things like, I'd love to buy this as a sticker, and I got to be like, hey, hold on, I got a plan, just you wait. And so I kind of built up a little bit of momentum and excitement for it, which means that it was my most successful launch ever. I have never gotten multiple orders in one day before, so it was super exciting when that happened. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right in and look at the stats for this month and see how it went. So if you're new here, I just want to show you my shop first and give you kind of an idea of what I do. And here are the stickers that are new from this month, as well as the bookmarks and art prints that corresponded with the sticker launch. And below those, you'll see the autumn collection that I released on the last day of September. You will see that in the stats in just a second. So yeah, here's my shop. And here we are with the stats for October. We've got the date range set up for October 1st to October 31st. I had a whopping total of 323 visits this month, which is just a crazy number. You know, I try and really remind myself of like, that's how many times people visited my shop or one of my listings. Like, I'm in the multiple hundreds stage. Like, that's crazy, you know? Also crazy is this 8 orders that I got, which I'm just still so thrilled about. Not just that I got 8 orders, but here for the sticker launch day, I got 5 orders in one day and then 1 the next day. So it was 6 total for that launch weekend. My conversion rate is 2.5, which is pretty good for an Etsy shop. And my revenue was $105.05, which means, yes, we've made it past the $100 mark for 1 month, which is so cool. Going back to this visits, I always really like looking at this line chart here each month. So we've got 2 big spikes. First is on October 1st for the autumn collection launch, which was the day prior. And then on October 25th, that was the sticker launch. And I did see like not a big number of views the next day, but you can see it did climb back up, and I'm getting more views on these few days than I was seeing beforehand. So normally I was seeing like somewhere around like 5 to 9 visits, and now, you know, it's saying like 15, 17. I don't know if it's gonna keep dropping lower and I'm gonna get back to that range, but it would be cool if it stayed up in like the teens range. And another thing that Etsy doesn't show you is it just counts orders each month, but I like to look at how many products I sold, and I actually sold 25 products this month. So if you are one of those people that ordered, thank you so much, and I hope you are enjoying what you ordered. Let's go next to look at some of the fee breakdowns. So everyone knows that Etsy is famous for their fees, and this month I definitely felt that. My net profit was only $80.28. Still pretty good. I'm not gonna complain because it's a increase from the previous month. I made $70.66 net profit previously, and it's 113% increase, which I'm not complaining about. But yeah, the fees were definitely killer this month. You can see the listing fee was the highest one because if you are new to Etsy or a beginner, Etsy does make you have a listing fee for everything that you put up, but it also needs to renew every 4 months. So since I launched my shop 4 months ago, a lot of those listings that were part of that original launch were due to renew. So I didn't launch this many new products this month. I had a lot of renewal fees this month. But I also quietly took a few of them off renewal. So not all of the ones that originally launched are still available on my shop because they just weren't getting any views. I didn't really see any point in keeping them up. And I am kind of taking my shop in the direction of doing more physical products than digital download products, which is what I originally launched with. So, you know, all in all, lots to think about going on here. But like I said, I did see an increase in my net profit this month, which was really exciting. Although I did have more, you know, I had materials that I had to buy this month too. So those are costs that you don't even see included in here. But all is well because I'm just getting off the ground still. Let's go back and look at some more stats though, because I find it really interesting to look at some of the other stats that Etsy provides. So here are the shopper stats. That is still this beta feature that they have. I don't really find this helpful to me, but it is always interesting to look at, especially the fact that I had 2 repeat buyers this month was really, really special. But the one that I find more interesting is the How Shoppers Found You section. So I am seeing a pretty steady trend now of kind of a 50-50 split between me and Etsy bringing in traffic. So I find that really interesting because I'm doing a lot of work on social media trying to get my shop name out there. And I am seeing, you know, like I said, it says it's 50-50. But then when you look at one of these in a more in-depth breakdown, this is the trend graph that I kind of just ignore, and this is the listing breakdown that I also kind of ignore. But I go down here to the bottom and you can see exactly what people are searching for. And you can see these top 3, it's like 20 hits in total. Those are all people searching just for my shop name. That means they already know about my shop if they're going on Etsy and searching for it in the search bar. So to me, that doesn't really count as an Etsy view because they already know about me. Whereas the rest of these, things like black orange cat art print or bookmark set or abstract waves art, sunrise art print, you know, those are ones that probably are people that don't have a clue about my shop and they're just finding me naturally on Etsy, which is the whole point of why I'm on Etsy, is to get that kind of organic view. I don't know if organic is the right word, but to get those views from Etsy's search function. But considering a lot of these views are actually people that already know about my shop, it's just kind of interesting to think about. One other thing that I like looking at in here, since we're here, is the direct traffic, and this one has 24 from YouTube. So if that's one of you guys, hi, hello, I see you in my stats. Let's go back to our stats here though. And yeah, that is kind of an overview for what October looked like. I always like to touch a little bit on advice that I would give based on what I learned this month in these stats videos. So first up, I have, just because you've never done something before doesn't mean that it's going to be hard. I was really kind of nervous to launch the stickers because I feel like that's something that people have this pre-existing expectation of standards of the quality of the item they're going to get. And I was really nervous about my plan to do them handmade and if they were going to be good enough quality, and I kind of procrastinated about it because I was being a perfectionist and we're not supposed to do that. But basically what I learned is just because you've never done something before doesn't mean that it will be hard. Next, I learned that social media marketing is actually worth the effort. You hate to hear it because I don't know about you, but I, am trying not to be as chronically online and making a more concerted effort to spend time doing things not on my phone. So running a small business and having to spend time on social media to get ideas for posting and making the posts and recording the posts and all of that stuff. It's a lot, but it is actually worth the effort because when I look at my stats, I can see all of the results that I'm getting for people that are visiting my shop because, they came from Instagram or they came from YouTube or, whatever. So it's definitely worth the effort. And the third and final thing is product launch days will always drive a traffic spike to your site. So plan them strategically. I happened to pick probably the most busy weekend for my sticker launch. And the launch itself was still a success, but then I was super stressed about getting the orders done because I just genuinely wasn't home to then work on prepping for the orders and doing the packaging and you know, all of that stuff and shipping. So definitely think about what you have going on in your life when you are planning your product launch days. Next up, I like to go over some of the goals that I have for the next month. And the first is always my order goal for the month. So originally, when I wrote my business plan for the rest of 2025, my goal for November was 8 orders. And I got 8 orders in October. So I actually am going to increase my goal to 9 orders for November, which is crazy, but I think we can do it because I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a big month just with the holidays coming up, and I have already set up some Cyber Week sales to be a part of Etsy's, big Cyber Week. So I think we can do it. Next up is my new product goals. So this month I'm going to be adding greeting cards. Again, you guys get to hear it here first in these stats videos. If you are watching it right when I post it, you get like this little insider tidbit knowledge. I haven't announced this anywhere else, but yeah, I'm working on a Christmas collection and I want to offer greeting cards. So that's gonna be the big goal for this month. And then the third and final goal for this month is I want to post every day on Instagram to see how much I can grow my following. I feel like, again, I'm someone that has made an effort to not be as chronically online, and I have a time limit on Instagram, and I don't really like to exceed it even when I'm trying to post on this account. So it's been a struggle, but I am just curious to see if I post every day in November, what's that gonna do? Am I gonna find more followers? Are people gonna find me? I don't know. We're gonna try. I like a challenge. This month was definitely a lot of hard work that went into the Etsy shop, and it is so exciting to see my numbers going up each month. I don't expect it to last forever, but I just feel so lucky that people want to support me following my little dream of running this shop. I work 2 other jobs. I run this art shop all by myself. I do everything here for YouTube all by myself, and it's a lot to juggle. And if you're watching this at the end of the video, then that means that you probably really care about me and my journey. And, I feel an immense amount of gratitude that I get to do this, and that I have found that there are people that want to support me. And if that is you, thank you so much. And all of the late nights and countless hours prepping and failing and learning are all worth it because I get to inspire you. So if you're a beginner and you're running your own Etsy shop, please drop a comment. I want to hear from you. What do you do? What do you sell? Where are you at in your journey? I want to cheer for you guys. And in the meantime, you should also like this video because YouTube thinks that's pretty cool if you like or leave a comment on a video, and it means a lot to me. And make sure to subscribe so you can stay tuned for all of the exciting things that I have planned for the upcoming holiday season. And yeah, I can't wait to bring you guys along for the journey. Hold on. I just love these stickers, man.